The Persian Empire was one of the greatest powers the ancient world had ever seen, stretching from the deserts of Arabia to the rivers of India, and from the mountains of Anatolia to the sands of Egypt. Its rise, dominance, and eventual fall shaped the course of history and influenced civilizations for centuries. But how did Persia rise to such heights? And why did this mighty empire eventually collapse? In this video, we're going to explore the story of the Persian Empire, its conquests, governance, and legacy. Let's see what's inside. The story begins in the 6th century BCE, with Cyrus the Great rising from the small kingdom of ancient Persia. Cyrus united the Persian tribes and embarked on a campaign of expansion. Using a combination of military strategy, diplomacy, and tolerance, he conquered the Median, Lydian, and Babylonian empires, creating a vast territory under Persian rule. Cyrus's genius lay not just in conquest, but in governance, allowing local customs, religions, and administrations to continue while maintaining overall control. Darius I, who came to power later, transformed Persia into a highly organized state. He divided the empire into satrapies, provinces governed by appointed officials, and established efficient taxation and communication systems. Roads, including the famous Royal Road, facilitated trade, troop movements, and information across vast distances. The empire's economy thrived on agriculture, trade, and tribute, while a professional army maintained security and order. Persia's military and political organization allowed it to dominate its neighbors, but it faced challenges as well. Expansion brought diverse peoples under its rule, from Egyptians to Greeks, each with their own cultures and loyalties. Maintaining such a sprawling empire required constant vigilance, and rebellions were frequent. Persian rulers responded with a mix of force and diplomacy, sometimes harsh, sometimes accommodating. To preserve unity, the Persian Empire's first major clash with Greece revealed both its strengths and weaknesses. The Persian Wars, including battles like Marathon and Thermopylae, showed that Persia could field massive armies but struggle with extended supply lines and coordinating forces across distant regions. Though they temporarily subdued some Greek city-states, the empire never fully conquered Greece, highlighting the limits of even the most powerful states. Over time, internal weaknesses, court intrigues, and succession disputes weakened Persia. By the 4th century BCE, a new force emerged, Alexander the Great. With brilliant strategy and relentless ambition, Alexander invaded Persia, defeating its armies at battles like Issus and Gaugamela. In a few short years, the empire that had lasted over 2 centuries collapsed, and Alexander claimed its vast territories for himself. Yet the Persian Empire's legacy endured. Its administrative innovations, infrastructure, and cultural tolerance influenced successor states and empires. From the Seleucid and Parthian kingdoms to the Islamic caliphates, Persian art, architecture, and ideas about governance left an indelible mark on the region, shaping the Middle East and beyond for centuries. The rise and fall of Persia teaches timeless lessons about leadership, organization, and the fragility of power. Even the most well-governed and expansive empires can succumb to internal strife, external invasion, and the limits of human control. Persia's story reminds us that greatness is achieved through vision, strategy, and adaptability, but it can be undone when circumstances change faster than an empire can respond. In the end, the Persian Empire shows us how human ambition and ingenuity can create a civilization that dominates its world, and how history is shaped not just by conquest, but by the enduring ideas, systems, and cultures that survive even after the empire itself is fallen.